Live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to the podcast.
I'm finally
Oh,
back after
Yes,
forever.
we have lovely Cloud back with a lovely, loud and clear mic today. So that's very good. Also, as you can see, we have some new icons. And we actually are trying to refurbish or like remake the podcast a bit. Cloud, you had a lovely idea. Can you explain what we are wanting to do with the podcast?
Yeah, so we're changing it up to segments, and instead of like the whole hour we talk about something, instead we're gonna go for 30 minutes longer than we were before
Mm-hmm.
and do 30 minutes of webcomics talking, like reviewing or slash talking about it because I like webcomics a lot, and also they're some of our most popular episodes is when we talk about them. News is going to be the second part. It doesn't have to be uh, like news about what's happening in the world. It can just be anything, movie news or news about anything. And then the last 30 minutes are just going to be general talk to run down the podcast and like calm it down a bit.
Yes. Is
oh,
it a idea? Since this is the first time we're doing this new version, that I will try to check when the 30 minutes are up. Just put on a nice alarm clock next to me with a timer, and when the 30 minutes are up, we'll
Mm-hmm.
probably hear a very big beep beep, and then we know when to stop. Because I also had the idea. Well, let's do that in general talk. That's better than. So let's start with comic. I already put a link into the description of which comic we are talking about. So Cloud, you came up with this. You didn't come up with the comic, but you came up with the suggestion to read this one.
Oh yeah. I came up with this suggestion for this one, uh, for two reasons. Uh, it's really well drawn, like
Mm-hmm.
really well drawn. Um, and the story is really good, and it keeps in the like as um it keeps in line with the fact that we're kind of an LGBT like podcast,
Mm-hmm.
so like
kind of. I would say definitely.
and uh and so like there's gonna be a lot of those kinds of comics that we're gonna be reviewing, but
Mm-hmm.
like this one I really liked in general. It's not finished yet,
No.
but I
No,
really
the
like it.
few of the ones we will be reviewing are because it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless they are made to be short, they
Well,
won't be
there's
finished for most part.
the only BL one I know of that I've read that is done is called um it's always raining here, I think it's called.
Ah.
We'll get to that one at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But that one I know
Yeah,
that one's done.
I know quite a few. Let's see here. I know of quite a few finished BL stuff. Let's see here. Hmm.
Okay.
Let me just
Yes. While you are researching that, then.
Dragon Husbands. Let me see here. One is called Boned, Rainflowers, Sugar and Splice. One Rainy
Uh,
Day. I think that's the one you were referring to.
Should be.
One
no, it
One
it's
Rainy
it's
Day.
it's called It's Always Raining Here. It's so weird.
Probably
The one.
another
But
one.
So,
but
I think
anyway,
Crossed Paths. There
anyway.
are like quite a few. Some are a bit shorter. One Rainy Day is
All
one of the
right, all right,
longest one
Yes.
I've done. It's like
Benjamin,
Thank you.
1,700 pages or something.
Benjamin.
but there are plenty of finished ones.
Thank you, Ben. We were talking
Yeah.
about something else. Thank you for the research, by the way. But Cloud, which one did you suggest? The title is "It Hurts," right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
called
it
It
hurts.
Hurts. It's
And
it's
it
real.
does.
It's really good one. So the actual review part, like about this is like I really like it. I really like the idea, the concept, the artwork especially.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like it better than when it first started because like the concept had to get out there first, and like so it took a second for the story to build up. Uh, but I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think the only part I don't like is like sometimes the like in this story it will switch from like the present to like the future, I guess.
Well, it's
And
if I could elaborate on that, so it's more or less it. No, it goes in is a narrative that is that has and begins with a narrative that is told in the past tense from a so it's more or less
so it's
a reading one we seeing pages from a notebook that is saying everything in the past tense, but then we're also seeing those moments play out too.
So like it's the past. It's like you're seeing the past, but
Yes.
it like it like
Mhm.
in the future someone's writing it down in the notebook, and like
Or after it had happened, like at the time too. It could be like a diary.
yeah, it's very strange. But like my only problem with the whole thing is sometimes the like notebook pieces that will appear
Mm-hmm.
for like
Mhm.
talking about the past will kind of interrupt the flow of what's going on sometimes.
Yes, I completely
Yeah.
agree.
And
Yeah,
like
sometimes and like one time because it's mainly because these note pieces are this whole thing is supposed to be written by one of the characters. What is called Rai or
yeah,
yeah
they all usually web comics have like Japanese names, and so it's really hard for me
yeah
to
yes.
remember the
But what's
names.
it called now again?
Right in?
Yeah, that one. Because yeah,
The
normally, but
guy with the
it
really
was like
long hair.
one time where I kind of think there was one time where I thought that it was one time where I thought it was from the perspective of the other one, and that made me just
I
Mm-hmm.
think like one time it like
yeah
switched perspective out of
yeah
nowhere, but
one
like
time.
uh, but yeah.
Can't remember when, but
Also
yeah,
like
normally, and I remember one time it uh, one time it yeah one
Okay.
time
but
wait one time wait
yes.
I will nail it in the third time's a charm. One time we see probably the present where one of the leads is in a bed and they're talking like they are reading from it and just like, oh god, this is very nice. And
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, like to that
We
out of like
probably should
actual
talk about the
lore.
main concept of the thing
Yeah,
because
so
we've
the main
only
concept is the fact that uh the so this kid liked this other boy that one has but I don't remember their names directly because I read a lot of
uh,
web comics and like and their Japanese
it's
names, which is hard.
Rajin, and then there's let's see here.
Let me see, because I have the
Yes,
One,
it's
have it
Seto and
open.
Rajin, or just Rai.
yeah, Seto and Rai. That's right.
Yeah.
Seto likes Rai, and
No,
then
no,
like
no, it's Rai who is the tall one, and Seto is the short one.
Yes.
well, Rai likes Seto, and Seto but Seto is diagnosed with a mystery disease in the beginning and
Mm-hmm.
has only a year to live. And he makes
Diagnosed
an
with
announcement.
what?
A mystery
He,
disease.
uh,
Well, it's
um, it
he
tells
is
you later,
he
but
is
after,
dying. He's supposed to be terminally ill,
uh,
but kind of
oh yeah,
not. And we will
yeah,
get to that.
uh, but so like, and so Rai is like, oh well, if he has only to live, I'm gonna tell him how I feel, and then he does that,
Mm-hmm.
And
and
it
like,
seems that Seto also
and
likes Rye, and it
yeah,
becomes
and
a
has
whole thing because again, living and trying to live with someone that you love that that has a set, yeah.
yeah, uh, it becomes a weird dynamic of like, should he just say, you know what, fuck it, let's be together for this time I have left, or
Or
or does
should I let you fall into pieces when I die? That's
yeah, like it becomes a struggle, which is kind of interesting. But from what I gather, his disease is like liver based, and like
It has to do with organs because there was organ failure and he was
yeah.
on the waiting list.
Well, here's the
yeah.
thing. It has some, but I don't think it's solely something with his organ because I am quite sure that no organ failure makes you have a big cyst.
No, it wasn't a cyst that
I
he
don't.
was like
Yeah, I don't think it's a system. I
covering.
think it's a device that
Yeah,
shouldn't get wet because he had to wrap it
yeah,
in plastic.
Oh.
And I think it's the same
Ah.
device that the aunt of, oh no, the grandmother of Rai
Yeah.
had because he had a, um,
a
yeah, a
flashback of it
flashback
in the
to that moment. So I think it is some kind of device. Maybe,
So my
yeah.
main problem is like, if it comes out that it's an organ thing, I can almost guarantee that like endings gonna either be two endings that like Raya will die,
Mm-hmm.
or no, Seto will die or something, or Raya's gonna like give his organ to Seto. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Really? You think it's
it
gonna go that route? Come on, they're
oh,
only
it's the only
teenagers.
two ways it will go. Like the
Yeah, but
only two.
yeah. Again, because it's something with or. But one thing, I do not think it is liver based. Why? Because what's the classic organ you can like donate to someone?
Kidney.
The,
Kidney.
uh,
Yes, but one thing. Did you know that the liver is the only organ that can legitimately regenerate itself?
Well, if it's healthy,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that, and because of that, you can actually donate a part of your liver. Normally, just cut your liver in half,
Mm-hmm.
give that other half to someone that needs it, and you can recuperate that part of the liver. If someone dies, you can
I think
splice that liver into 3 parts, and each one will grow a full liver
Mm-hmm.
in 3 different people if needed. So
the
if
thing
it's a liver, I don't think it's a liver because that again,
then
alive people can, people who are
see
alive can donate their
the
liver if they want to. So I don't think it's
the
a
main
liver.
Clout.
So maybe,
the main problem seems to be like that he's gotten his hopes up so many times about someone donating to him that like at this point he just doesn't see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
So like he just has accepted the fact that he's going to die,
I think
and
so.
like and so instead of like trying to figure out, oh, maybe like I can be with this person and then maybe we can see if we're compatible, it turns into, well, I just want to live out the best life I can. And so like I'm sure we're gonna get um something with that in the
Mm-hmm.
future,
Well, we
especially
know
with
we,
what just happened in the
yeah.
recent episode
The
at the
there's
pool.
this flash forward where they look a bit older. So I don't know if that's this just a year further, or it's like much further. That's not clear. But well, it's clear from the story that they say he has only like 1 year to live. I think he at least lives through that year. Um,
Yeah,
And that yeah, but that it is organ based. That's for sure. And I'm not sure if it is a liver or a kidney or whatever, but it needs some kind of machine, I think, that is attached to his stomach or his thumb,
Yeah.
that actually keeps him alive.
Hmm.
And yeah, and but I really like the artwork of
Yes,
this. Like, I really love the artwork.
yes.
Um, that's what drew me to it in the first place. I'm like, wow, this is really well done.
Uh,
Um,
yes, I like the clear lines. I like the shading, and I like the coloring. Um, what I do not like if I just give a little feedback, is like the parts that are from the diary or from the thing are way too flowery and poetic to be written by
Uh,
by someone who is
th-
like 14, 15, or 16. It's
yeah, but
so
unless he's
yeah, but one thing
and
is that Rai, when you like in the because when he really like truly confesses his love to Zero, in remember that uh, in the Paris wheel he is, I don't know, even probably yeah even more flowery than in the nose because he's getting making because he is coming up with that on the spot.
mhm.
Yeah, again,
um,
because he's saying that live. Yeah, yes, it's just.
the notebook pieces throw me off all the time.
Yes.
Uh, it seems like he or she who's writing it wants to portray it as like
It seems to be a team of two who is doing it.
am, ambiguous to like the fate of Settle.
Mhm.
So like it's either gonna be like their journey of how like they started as a couple because of the time they had, and then it turned into they had all the time in the world, or it could be like you know him being sad because Settle's past. It's they keep it very ambiguous,
Mhm.
but like it's still like it's super poetic. It's like the biggest words that the person could find for it,
Yes.
uh, and like and so it will throw me off because the characters are written so well in like normally like you can really tell the personality of everybody. There aren't a lot of characters, but there
Mhm.
are a couple.
Yes.
I like the bromance idiot. It's just-
Oh yeah, I like
yeah, because he's
the
like,
the
oh
the
god,
couple in it are really good. The girl and the guy friend of Rye who are a
Melon
couple, and
and something something.
yeah,
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 they're
melons,
really
melons,
fun.
but uh, yeah, but
They're a
wait,
really fun
one
couple.
thing is that couple, I'm not sure because it's not really clear, but it's hmm hmm. I don't know because it's yeah, I'm not sure, but I think maybe that like again, Melon's fiance is also Rye's brother.
No, because he was raised by his
He
grandparents.
no, because he refers to Seto's grandparents as his own too, Grants and Nana. And again, you see, there's in the comic there is like a there's a picture with the grandma at the hospital, and Rai laying with his head in her lap. The granddad is holding uh, 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 his wife's hand, and then there's what I presume to most probably be Melon's fiance in the background, younger. So I think he's probably yeah Rice's
Maybe
sibling.
he seems to be like a childhood friend to me, but we won't know until we get confirmed or like think about it.
Yeah, it could also be like a cousin.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Because
Whatever it is, they seem to get along very well.
And,
yeah,
And like,
and what
they
I
made
find is that Melon is talking about like Rai starting to live with them. So he should be a bit older, I think, than Rai. So it could be like an older cousin, maybe an older brother, but I'm not sure. But at least they want to sort of adopt Rai into their family, something in that vein.
well, yeah, it's something. Yeah, because it's not really that set upon. Well,
it's
kind of, but well, it's okay. It's more or less stated that that Rai's mother gave him a neck scar while she, for some reason, yeah, stabbed him with a broken bottle for some reason.
yeah, he's got like a bunch of scars on him, like
Mm-hmm.
all over his
Like,
body.
not really a bunch of scars, no.
He's got like a couple
No.
on his back, like because they know they drew
No,
attention to it
does
at
he
some point.
really?
They drew attention to like his scars he has, like at some point,
Yeah,
and I just don't.
the one that I remember is the one on his neck that was explained by a drunken mother trying to get rid
Yeah.
of Rai, I think, in that sense.
And that's why he was adopted by his grandparents.
Yes.
And like it's a very good, like the best moments in the comic are when it's just Settle and Rai, and they're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's really wholesome and really cute and like, and a little sad because of the time like that they might have, and
Mm-hmm.
Rai's very adamant on just like making his life like better and wanting to. He doesn't care that it's going to happen. He just wants to spend whatever time he can with him.
Yeah. What I find very sudden every now and then are jumps in the story, sudden flashbacks I did not expect on that or are not introduced that nicely. And also, well, we're talking about Melon, right? I haven't seen Melon before that one thing, so we don't know what they are of each other, whether they are friends, whether they're family, or whatever. So it comes over on me
Yeah,
as being
and
very sudden. Yeah, Ben.
yeah, and one thing that I also have that for some reason. I don't know if it's only me, but in the entry 8, when Melon and her fiance gets introduced, for some reason the art style kind of changes a bit. I don't know why. It's the same like type of, but when it comes to the pan shots, it almost looks a little bit like 3D. Almost when it comes to the character, they have much more dimensions. It's much less cartoony, so to speak, when it comes to at least the figures of them. I just noticed that it felt odd.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Hmm.
it it's really it's very strange because like there's a lot of jumping around. I like the also I didn't expect the like flashback when they were in middle school to be so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like a couple solid pages if I remember correctly of like how Seto and Rai like met originally
Mm-hmm.
and why and stuff like that. And then you find out that Seto has liked Rai for a long time as well.
Yes.
So like, which is weird because I didn't get that vibe originally when they were first like hanging out together and Rai confessed. But it definitely plays very well later.
Yeah, later, yes. So once you
Yeah.
finally are like getting into it, then it plays out fine. But sometimes things are very sudden. Also, the guy's name is Pocky. I just read.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
yeah.
so okay, because because I looked back, I'm like reading from the comics, but uh, I saw that because apparently Raijin or Raitan is what he normally is called,
Yes.
Raitan, that he has a sibling called Misu, and just became a big. His mom and his and her boyfriend was more or less, he was claiming that yeah, that Rai wasn't his.
Mm-hmm.
So and then she says, but Misu just looks just like you. I don't know if that is a feminine name, but more or less he has a sibling we haven't seen.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna come up out of nowhere. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, but like the author has a habit of like just doing things in the comic, and then like just saying that like, oh, like, since it's all a memory, that like it's just how the events like happened.
Yes.
But like um there'll be a lot of like jumps from like character to character. Like sometimes we'll see what Seto's doing with Alrai for like a couple minutes, and then we'll go back to. But it's usually
Yeah.
right before they like start interacting again. We'll see Seto be like getting ready for the pool and being worried and wearing makeup so that they don't find out how sick he actually is and feeling
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. Which backfired because, dude, you're going to a pool.
Yes. You should have brought the proof makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What makeup were you wearing that little kid splashing you once just made it crumble? Just there it
Mm.
went. Goodbye.
Again, his parents knew he was gay, but he didn't know, so he haven't time to practice with good makeup. So, uh,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, like it seems like he just didn't want anyone to uh realize how sick he was,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why he's wears all the makeup.
Yes. He doesn't want to ruin it all by being sick and too weak to actually do it. Uh, Basically, that's the idea, and I think because that's like the end of what's now, right? Because it's not updated yet. I think Raitan will confront him about that. Because
And
this whole
I
bucket
really
list
hope
thing,
so.
yeah, this whole bucket list thing cannot really go through if he is too weak to do it. Actually,
And
how
Yeah,
sad it will
yeah,
be.
again, but that's the thing. Yeah, that would actually be kind of, yeah, because again, it's mutual love. They both had a crush on each other before they knew that the other one liked them. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the thing that again, Seto and Rai, they made the bucket list together. So I think maybe again, I would really love like if this was like this is actually in the comic, because if it was, it would actually be quite a good reason why, and that is that Seto doesn't want to be hides that he is too weak to make the bucket list, because again he loves Rai, so he doesn't want to he doesn't, and they made that bucket list together, so he wants to do that for him, and he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
feel like he wants to, yeah, like
yeah,
because of that
and
bucket list and how they made it together, and then that he loves him, and he wants to do these things, and again he doesn't want to let Ryan know that, yeah, it's very emotional.
Yes.
It's very heavy stuff that can go very wrong if you don't do it right. And uh, I don't know, it feels like it's almost close to crumbling at times.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in that comic that's There's very very heavy moments, but also some really like cute moments. I like them kissing on the Ferris wheel was very adorable,
Mm-hmm.
and like some of their interactions are just really cute. Uh, like it'd be also be nice to have like uh a couple of pages with them like being a couple that like him having diseases to get thrown in your face every time, just because I want to see them interact as like like a normal couple for a little bit, and then like I get
Yeah,
that the disease
not
has
talk
to
in
come up.
not talk in love letters to each other.
Yeah, like I get that like it has to be brought up every now and again to show like how hard his life is because he has that disease and it's, like a part of him,
Mm-hmm.
and like he has to deal with it daily. But it'd be nice to have like a whole conversation between them without it being mentioned,
Yeah.
just because
Mhm.
I want to see how they are as a couple.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what I would like to see is how Seto normally does his day with this disease, like without Rayton, because I think it's
Yeah,
very interesting to see like how he copes with his disease, and because uh, it's mentioned multiple times that he is just roving through it and acts like nothing happens. But if it's the story is from both point of view, I really would like to see like what are his fears, what are his things when he talks to other people besides the love of his life, and that would be very interesting for me to see further along in this story. And Ben, do you have any final opinions? Because we have almost a half a minute before we go on to the other section.
Yeah, it's more or less picture this. Picture this as a wall or a fort that is made of a very heavy rock. It can be very pretty at times,
Mm-hmm.
but you see that in some parts of the construction, it feels like it's almost going to fall, and it's making me a bit wary.
I'm gonna give these comics like a out of 10 rating just because
Mm-hmm.
a rating system like helps, I guess. I give this one like a 7 out of 10.
7 comics out of
It
10.
could, yeah, 7 out of 10. It could be very, very good, but there are a couple things that need to be worked on.
Okay. Ben, how many boy loves do you give out of 10?
I think I've already done my rating.
Yeah.
Overly poetic, overly poetic metaphor.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. And for that reason, I give it a 6. It's still solid in terms of the art style and the
Yeah.
characters, but it needs to be a bit more solid into writing in terms of like not too flowery, and I want to see more plots really develop in that way. But it's still young, so we we can discuss this when it's a bit further along. But that was the
Oh yeah,
comic
definitely.
section.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Shall we go to the next one, which is
Let's do it.
news?
News.
Oh,
So,
wait. By the way, it's a married couple making that. Uh,
Okay.
oh, a married couple makes
The
it. That's
artist
interesting.
is married. Okay.
But
Nice.
Q
okay,
and G.
okay. So, new stuff. There's one thing I gotta update about
Yes.
stuff I commented on. I believe one day when on the stream I commented on the fact that Spider-Man was no longer in the MCU, but now
Mm-hmm.
he is. He's back, and everything's
Yay.
okay.
Yeah, everything is at peace in the world.
uh, like I theorized, it was definitely just public negotiations to like
Mm-hmm.
judge public outcry and see
Who
like
is back? Did he say?
Peter
uh,
Parker or Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is
Oh,
back in the
okay.
MCU. It was definitely
Oh,
just
okay.
public negotiations talking about like the gauge public opinion, and everyone's opinion is, "Hey Sony, we like you, but don't make a solo Spider-Man film. Don't do
Mm-hmm.
it."
True.
Don't
Yeah,
make a what Spider-Man film?
A
a
new
solo
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
because technically speaking, Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man, and so the Spider-Man movies we haven't seen have been a joint project between Sony and Disney,
Yes.
uh, and and so uh, Disney wanted a little bit more money out of the deal than they were getting, and I believe they came to a conclusion of like 30% instead of the 10% they were getting,
Yeah.
which is fair because this the Spider-Man they wrote and they made is phenomenal, and and
Mm-hmm.
all Disney did was do the promotions and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's why the Spider-Man films have seem to have a little bit better budget than most films because they also have like not only Disney and Marvel's money, but they had Sony's money to back it up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like the problem people had was that Sony has tried to make solo Spider-Man with the Amazing Spider-Man, and it was real bad. And
Yes.
and they're milking the Spider-Man horse because they want to make a bunch of solo villain Spider-Man movies with like the villains of Spider-Man. Like how they did with Venom.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
The Goblin,
they
the
want
Green Goblin, Sandman.
they want to
Isn't
do
Ryan? Isn't there like just Rhino?
Yeah, they want to do a Craven the Hunter film. I know that they want to do like
Croc?
no, there's like this like vampire guy that they want to do real bad. That's pretty
What?
popular. Yeah.
Wait, there's a
Um,
vampire Spider-Man villain.
yeah.
Oh
It's
God.
bat based. There's a lot of just uh like animal themed Spider-Man villains.
Yeah. True.
I watched like I don't know one of the tiny bit of older I don't know maybe like a 90s or something Spider-Man series. Do in one episode he actually turned into like a mutant spider. I don't know. But
Yeah, that
yeah,
happened.
but
Don't
that's
worry
where I
about it.
mostly got all of the villains from. It was like the Sandman, the crocodile guy, the rhinoceros. Uh,
The lizard. There's a lot of just
yeah, okay, the Green Goblin. Of course, it's also Doctor Octopus. That's yeah.
Yes.
who becomes a Spider-Man actually. Like it's kind of like a thing right now.
Oh yeah.
He was Peter. At one point, Doctor Octopus took over Peter's like body, and for like 8 years or so, he was
Of
Spider-Man.
course, there's also Venom. Oh God, I'm
And
sorry.
and then
Yes.
like and then Peter got his body back, and then but he did so much good as Peter that he doesn't want to be a villain anymore. So he's like an anti like hero
Oh
kind
okay.
of. So like that's what he's doing right now.
That is actually a nice plot.
He
Like
was Superior Octopus for a while, but I think now he's like Superior Spider-Man again, and there's just two like Spider-Man now.
oh okay.
But I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of Spider people. There's also Ben Riley, who's like Peter Parker's clone from the Clone Saga, which we do not talk about. We do not talk about the
The
Clone Saga.
hell? Oh
it's
God, you
it's
are
too
being
much.
confusing, darling.
No, it's just the Spider-Man canon stuff that is like very
Spider-Man canon.
There's
confusing.
so many cannons. Just
Yes,
Dude,
firing
main
you at
Spider-Man
will.
canon main Spider-Man canon is really weird. There's this whole like the Clone Saga suffered from the time period in which comics were going through a rough patch,
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch was happening, and a bunch of like a company shakeup was happening also at the same time. So it just got shafted and confusing, and it was just annoying.
Yeah. I only know parts of it because my brother is really a fan of the MCU universe, so that's very cool. But I don't know.
Basically, after everything, there's only two clones of Peter still exist. Kane, which is the Scarlet Spider,
Hmm.
and then
I thought this was supposed to be news, not talking about another comic.
No,
anyway,
but this is
yeah,
okay.
that's fair enough. And I hope they do Ben Riley and Kane though. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Uh, I like Ben Riley's costume a
yeah.
lot. Um,
Okay.
anyway,
Yes.
but other news, I don't know. There's a lot of in the like actual politician news stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on with talk of China right now, and
Yeah.
because I haven't been watching the news, but at my work, they have it playing, and like I think Donald's really pushing to get reelected, and there's also talk of like him not being reelected again because he's
Oh
done
yeah.
some stuff.
Yeah.
I
He done
haven't really
some
Yeah,
paid that
stuff.
much
there's
attention.
actually like one. There's one that is gay, so
That's dope.
I don't know if he has much support, but whatever. Yeah, he's the first gay presidency candidate. So what? Good, yippee.
I know Bernie actually has a shot of winning
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah. There was also a gamer who wanted to become president, right?
Something like that.
So,
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention as much as I think I should.
Oh.
Should be.
Aw.
I know, like, it's because it's a circus. It's straight up
It is. Yeah.
clown town.
Okay.
Uh, going on over there, and I just don't know, like what is what right now. Like I
Mhm.
heard talk like he did some, Trump did something recently that was real bad, but you know he always has been. So
It's kind of blurs after a while when you hear that
Yeah.
Trump does something indecent. Oh, but good lord.
Yeah.
Um.
I remember also one thing that
Mhm.
he used in one of his videos in one of his campaign videos. He used "We Will Rock You" by Queen. Now Queen, he has before also used Queen music when he walked in on stage, like "We Are the Champions" and
Mhm.
something else. But again, that's just yeah. But now he's actually like the good people there are, Queen is trying to get that video banned because he didn't ask for permission. And Brian May has stated, even if he asked for permission, it would have been a no, so we're taking it down.
Yeah.
Good on you, boys.
Yes.
it's because it's this like
Hello?
even with YouTube
Yeah.
videos. If you want to use uh someone's like stuff, you gotta like ask the people who own it, not just
Yes.
Queen, but the company who like owns Queen's music.
Yeah.
You know, you have to ask them. Even if you're the president of the United States, you have to ask.
Yes. That's how decent people work.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you don't, and if you don't like Donald has done here, you will exhibit you as a bastard person.
Aw.
There's also like you don't even have to ask really. It's more like of just paying a fine, which he has the money for. So I don't know why
Yeah.
he didn't just do that. Like,
Yeah, but I
you
don't
gotta be
think
like,
he. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Even if they sent him one.
his ego is probably like, I'm the president. I can use whatever music I
I'm the
want.
biggest. I make the best
you,
videos.
Yeah.
you
That's
can't do that.
no.
Even if it's like, even if like, I made it. Even if like I made music, and then like my music is part of my band, and then I get a company to sign on with me. Even if he like used it, I could be like, hey, that's mine. You
Yes.
can't do that.
True.
Also, you can sue yourself. Did you know you can get in trouble by your own music? Did you know that?
No.
It's,
But is
since you're
that is
since
that
it's
an American thing or a worldwide thing? Because, you
no, that's a
know.
worldwide thing. You can get in trouble like if a company owns your music, right, and you play your music in a video that like wasn't asked about,
Mm-hmm.
then like you since it's an automated thing on YouTube, you will get like copy stricken for it.
Oh, good lord.
So it's like it's really like the
It's
drums.
copyright
We
strike, darling. Copy strike. What are we in? 2017 or what was that?
Yeah.
but like you like the Game Grumps were watching a video of them doing a live action version of their song of one of their Starbomb songs, and they had to mute it. And Dan's like, "What? Why?" And then Aaron's like, "Well, since it's automatic,
Yeah.
like they'll just pick it up, and we'll get copyright. We'll copyright ourselves."
Mm, damn. Talking about claims, I also have a little news that I just found out. Uh, maybe interesting for male to female trans, because there's this claim, right, in the
Hmm?
U.S. that a drug firm called Johnson and Johnson has been told to pay $8 billion in punitive damages to a man who claims he was warned that an antipsychotic drug could lead to breast growth. So this man
Could
had
lead to what?
breast growth. So he has titties now.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so like,
Okay.
first of all,
And,
I think this is really funny because he is like, yeah, I got breast now, so pay me $8 billion. So that's the first one.
oh man, I'm
Of
sorry.
course, again, one thing. If he's actually speaking the truth, which I don't know, maybe. Yeah, again, $8 billion, of course not. But again, he should. Yeah, again, I think he has all the right to sue someone if he put some ate some antidepressant and got boobies.
Yes.
I wasn't aware that
Or what was
Dr.
it?
Evil was a real person.
Yeah. Again,
Hello?
yeah. You said antipsychotic, right? So yeah,
Yes.
I think he has damn right to do something about it. But that's no. Again, you can just get a maskepy, man. Come on.
Dude, can I get
It
$8
sucks,
billion
but still.
for nothing? That'd be dope.
No. Again, this guy got breast with this guy grew breast, and yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he
So
didn't really
here's
have a
the
choice
thing.
about it.
Here's the thing, dude.
Kind of weird because I think you would notice because I don't think they just pop up.
Also,
Yeah, but
think-
I would think just like okay, so I want
man,
enough money
man,
to I want enough money to cover my maskepy and a little bit more. That's like okay,
Yeah. Cloud.
reasonable.
Cloud, you
Not
wanted to say something.
$8 billion.
Yeah.
Hey, Benjamin, you're talking over us again. Chill out.
Hmm?
But I know it's not your fault, but chill. Anyway, so I think the thing about it mainly to me is also like how unrealistic $8 billion is.
It's not.
Just because like no company Johnson Johnson does not have $8 billion.
No.
Even if they did, I don't think they would just give it to somebody, especially one person. One person having $8 billion. Jeez.
That's like insane. So, but it is, yeah, it is interesting because, you know, if you could isolate the part that gives this breast growth, you know, that would, you know, that would be great for like male to female trans who want to have like real life breasts. But I wouldn't take this because this Johnson and Johnson is also facing court challenges over vaginal mesh implants and baby powder which was allegedly tainted with asbestos. This is
Yeah, maybe you
this
should
is
just
really
declare
bad.
bankruptcy. Maybe you should just declare bankruptcy
Oh god.
and dip and hard dip.
This is really bad. Baby power
Wait,
with
one thing.
asbestos.
It's not one. It's thousand. It's thousands of people suing Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Wait. After a fellow respirable victim won a £6 billion euro lawsuit payout.
Well, that's
Someone
almost
already did it.
Yes, always. Yeah, but this is
Now
billion
there's
or million.
thousands doing it. So
Yeah.
this seems like it's not a small thing that all. This seems like something that is, quite. Yeah, that has happened a lot. It doesn't seem like out of the blue.
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think people are making this. I think people are making this out to be a crazier thing than it actually is. I just think this is just kind of messed up for the medical industry to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, it seems like Johnson Johnson's pretty shady and needs to stop. And,
Yeah.
and so, do that, Johnson Johnson, for your own sake also, because you're going to have to pay out a lot of money, and no one's
Yeah.
going to trust you. And just dip, man. Dip hella hard.
Yeah, for all people out there, don't buy Johnson and Johnson medicine if you can, because it's not a good thing. I don't think it's healthy for you. What they are actually putting in the market.
Oh, I also have some news. Apparently, Joker's doing really well in the box office right now.
Have you seen it?
People are really loving. I haven't seen it yet, not personally.
Okay.
People are telling me it's really good though. My friend who hates movies told me to watch it and said it's probably movie of the year.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, all right.
Wait, which movie?
The movie
Joker.
Joker, which is kind of a psychological movie about the Batman villain Joker, how
Huh?
he came to be.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a case study, I guess, with the Joker and like how he turned into being the makeup wearing laugh man we know today.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
Like I didn't like the concept at first because I don't like the idea of giving Joker a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick
but-
up much on what you said. For some reason I'm lagging a lot.
Okay.
But apparently it's doing really well and it's really good and it's structured really well. So I guess I'll go see it.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the fact that some people say that it will give some certain type of guys a reason to, to behave a bit more extraordinarily? That it gives them,
See,
incentive.
Okay, could
my
you
take on
explain
that-
now? Because I think it's good now.
So the movie Joker came out, and it's
Oh.
about the Batman villain Joker and how he came to be. And there's a lot of people being like, "Oh, but it's gonna make people crazy and gonna make people want to go and hurt people." And I'm sitting here, and I was like, "Bro, there are horror movies with the same thing, and like people don't do that."
Oh God, what? I think we already had this debate with video games, Grandma.
Well, this is...
Again, we already had this in 2004. Flash games will not kill your kids. Just
I
just
think that
chill.
I
This-
understand the fear behind it. I understand why people think that, but like,
But I'm quite
There
sure
have
we
been
already
horror
had this
movies-
debate that movies won't make people violent.
No, but the
movie-
movie can give you an idea that you are allowed to do this. So it's not like it's violent, so kids are violent. This is a movie that is making people aware, like, oh, so now this sad backstory makes it a good thing that he's doing this. So now if I am being bullied, or I am, being let down by my love, I can kill her. So it's like that kind of reasoning is now being feared.
Well, see,
Yeah, but then there's probably something else
to be
going on if
fair,
actually people are seriously thinking that a fictional character that is a clown who goes around chasing a guy wearing fucking black, wearing a fucking fake bad ears on his head while laughing maniacally is something you should. Oh yeah, I trust that guy. I think there's a bigger problem than just people taking him seriously.
it also comes.
Cloud?
Yeah, that was not just me. Okay. Hello.
From what I gather, it has shown that like he was bad from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't just like a normal Joe and then had a bad day. It's more like he was always kind of a dick, and then like he just like decided to go all out with it.
Yes.
And so like that's a little different. And the fact that like there have been like there are tons of things that like justify like movies that have like going, oh, he justifies it by he did this happen when he was younger, and now that he's an adult he's doing this. Like there's a bunch of movies that do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Joker has been a messed up character for years. In the comics he like cut off his face and then stapled it back onto himself, and like went after the bat. Like a Death in the Family is a really creepy, really intense
Mm-hmm.
like Batman comic. That's like like the Joker like cut off his face and stapled it back on, is like hunting every single person Batman's ever known, and like and trying to turn the Bat family like on Bruce. It's intense.
Yes.
Like intense. And so like a lot of stuff like that's existed forever with the Joker, him doing something really fucked up, but it's never made anybody do anything bad. It was the same. People were talking about the same thing when The Dark Knight came out,
Yes.
and nothing happened because people aren't dumb.
Yeah,
And
it's not like some people are worried too much about influences of media and movies and games and such.
I'm not saying there's not going to be one dude who's like inspired, like takes it and tries something, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
more
because there
like
already because you all remember there already was like a inspired almost. It was like yeah, it was like they were showing I think it was I think it was
The Dark Knight Rises.
I think it was the Batman the one with
The Dark Knight Rises. I know what it was.
the one with the very good Joker, the one
Yes.
with
What Cloud said.
Dark Knight.
what's he called? Heath Ledger,
The
yeah,
Dark
that.
Knight came
that's
out,
one.
and then later
There was a
when-
guy who came in with like full combat and came into the theater before it was going on, before it started, and he came in with full combat gear, had a rifle and everything. He had big red and vibrant orange hair, and everybody thought, "Oh, is this some kind of thing that just the cinema's made or something?" And then he just starts shooting into the crowd.
that stemmed from what people have gathered. He did that because he wanted to stir the media up and wanted to stir the everybody up about movies and play into people's fear of like, oh, he saw the Dark Knight, which means he did this because of it. But in reality, he seemed to do
He's-
it because he knew people thought like that and wanted to like give them ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
like
that's like a really messed up way to. Okay.
Well, yeah, he shot people. He's messed up.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
just
so
like.
but like nothing came of it. Like he didn't win. He didn't succeed because the movie industry is going to keep going forward
Mm-hmm.
and someone's
No,
always going
he
to be
was
pushing
also
that
like
envelope.
kind of inspired by.
Yes.
Kind of inspired
It's
by.
like it's like the guy who like shot up a bunch of people and like during the sub to PewDiePie craze and said sub to PewDiePie in it so that way he would get negative backlash.
Holy
It's like
shoot! I didn't
yeah.
Did that
even know
happen?
that. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that
Did that
happened.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
What?
Uh, yeah, people do shit like that all the time because they want to like stir up the media and stir up like and get people in trouble and make change because they think if I do something drastic, then people will listen. For
Wow.
about 2 weeks.
Cloud.
Oh wait. Oh yeah, that was that New Zealand guy. Yeah, he did. He did a lot of stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
his manifesto said a lot of random stuff, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
I thought you were like think that that was the only thing he did, but no, that motherfucker did like said a lot of stuff. Not all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he said that just because of what was happening at the time and him wanting to stir things up. And
Mm-hmm.
like when people do that, you can't, let it win, and you gotta just be like, you're just crazy, dude, and
Yeah.
that just be what it is. Uh, so like there's just a lot of stuff like that, and
Yes.
I don't think movies are gonna inspire anybody, and if they do, and they try to copy a movie, usually doesn't work, and usually they get arrested. So like,
Yes.
yeah, that's my point of view on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing that is coming out very soon that you cannot really do because first you need to die is Has Been Hotel. Is anyone bit into that? Into
No, I
the
haven't
Has
seen
Been
anything
Hotel.
for
What?
it.
the first like real YouTube animated series is coming out the 27th or 28th of October. It is about
Oh.
old like hell is growing
Oh,
over.
I have seen that.
Yes.
I do know what you're talking about.
Yes, hell is full,
What?
and the way the main character wants to prevent like mass murdering people in hell is want to actually make them good so they can go to heaven. So that's a bit of like the plot now. What's in there? It's called Has Been Hotel, so Has Been Hotel, and it's really cool.
They've been trying to make that for a few years now,
Yes.
which is crazy because a bunch of YouTubers that do like try to make a show don't do it. They're like, oh, they make like the first episode and then that's
Mhm.
it.
Yes. So I'm
And
really,
like,
yeah, I'm really stoked for that because there are only artists, like there are no producers, only only the artists are working on that. Voice acting artists, background artists, animation artists, etc. So it's such like a passionate art project. I really want to see it. So yeah,
yeah, I found out about it like a year ago, and like I just been waiting for the first episode to drop.
yeah. Well, it's this month, so we probably
Yeah,
will
that's
be
gonna be
talking
dope.
about it in the future. I hope. Or it will be really fun.
Oh,
Um,
also real quickly,
mhm.
in last movie news, It Chapter 2 came out and apparently is very underwhelming. I haven't seen it yet, but that's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Nostalgia Critic already did a review on it,
I
and
haven't
they were
watched. I haven't seen it yet. Don't spoil.
yeah, but they were like, yeah, it's quite bad, but like but in the middle of the movie, just like 1.5 hours is like a funny, like a very bad, but it's very also very funny haunted house.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's very fun, but it's terrible
yes.
in that kind of sense. It's like,
Okay.
that's so expensive, but it looks terrible. Yeah, so it's enjoyable, at least some of it.
Okay. Well, the news section is over. Let's go to general talk. It's the
Alright, general
last
talk.
30 minutes. First thing I want to ask you. What do you think about the icons?
Oh,
I
like the
think they
icons.
look I
They're
think they look
nice
fabulous
job.
as always, darling.
Because
Good job on them.
Yeah, but
thank
who
you.
is it that's saying general talk? Who is that?
Some bold, very fashionable man. I don't know which. I didn't make it look like anyone.
Howie Mandel or
I can give him like long blonde hair, and it's you, Ben. But
yeah. No, I wouldn't wear tux, or I would, but it would be very much more feminine.
yeah.
I'm not comfortable in dresses or skirts, so yeah.
I,
Again, I'm not a crossdresser, so I'm a femboy. It's a
Mhm.
difference. I dress femininely. I don't just go in full attire.
I like tuxedos, by the way, but I cannot
Oh, I
wear
love
many.
tuxedos.
I cannot wear many. Or I need
Why
to
not?
because female tuxedos are not in my size.
I thought it was like, yeah, but people don't really like it. No, okay, I get that at
Yeah,
least.
it's
Yeah.
just not my size. But it's okay.
Oh,
You know, I
oh.
can sew if I really want to. I can make one myself. So yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I like tuxedos a lot too. I remember wearing a nice one for my pink prom. That was dope. That was a nice night.
Ooh, nice.
I had a tuxedo and it was like a masquerade at the same time, so I had a mask on.
What kind of
After, like,
mask?
It was like a purple masquerade mask with feathers and all that. I
Ooh.
had to zip tie it to my glasses though, because they don't really make masks for people with glasses.
True. That's actually quite a nice thing to just use those and just put it on your on your glasses. That would be pretty good. If you
It
can.
was a fun night.
Yeah. Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
And what also another thing, like, it's chapter 21, guys.
I know.
We are
It's been 21.
Oh, we're supposed to get wasted now, or what?
yeah, we can legally drink in every country in the world. No.
I mean,
Yeah,
not Benjamin.
you two can. I can't. Wait, or
Benjamin's a baby boy.
yeah.
yeah, I'm a baby boy. I'm
Baby boy.
16, guys.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I mean the podcast is
I'm gonna be-
21
I'm gonna
21
be,
episodes
uh,
long.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be 24 in 2 days, so there's that.
Ooh,
Why
yeah.
didn't you tell us, darling?
The 15th, I will be 24 years.
That's
of age.
3 days. That's 3 days. But
I
still,
said from 2 days from now, but yeah.
Yes.
Well,
We have to
2 days from
congratulate
today.
you on the
12
15th.
today, so it's 2 days from now. 2 days from now, that would be the 14th.
No, and if you don't count today, I don't count today as
Mhm.
one of the days.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and then the day after that. But it's the 15th.
Ah, okay, yeah, but I thought it was like just over tomorrow or.
Oh, tomorrow, yeah.
I have to make that. Hmm.
No, but yeah, the
Well,
15th.
I love a post.
is
I
my
love a
birthday.
post that it's no. Because there's a lot. I love a post that's called. That is like, we don't have the word for. We don't have the word for the day after tomorrow, but we have Defenestration, the act of throwing something or someone out of a window.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
over
it's
tomorrow.
yeah, it's over tomorrow. And then when it comes
Overmorrow.
to
The day before yesterday is
they
air yesterday or something.
there, yeah, good girl. Let's see here.
Good girl.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I get a
Yeah,
nice
I
pat on the
can
head.
remember, but you can. Again, who is supposed to be autistic?
That's me.
Me. Come on, I'm the autistic one.
I'm the only one who is
It's,
not.
yeah, it's error yesterday and over
Error,
tomorrow.
yes.
So oh yeah, when you say 2 days from now, I'm thinking like over tomorrow, so the 14th. But you're yeah, so
Yes.
Yeah, because
yeah.
it's the
But whatever.
11th now. It's the
Yeah.
12th today.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
So
so
there
it's
will
in
be-
3 days.
Yeah. So the 15th,
yeah.
Ooh.
we will have
I'm gonna
to.
go to. I might go to Bullwinkle's with a couple of friends.
Ooh,
it should be fun.
Wait,
nice.
what? Bullwinkle?
It's like it's a place that has like an arcade. It has go-karts. It has mini golf. It has a bowling. I think like just a bunch of stuff.
That sounds really nice. That would.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's gonna be really fun, and it's actually affordable. So like,
Ooh.
not bad.
Always a good thing. Always a good
Yeah,
thing.
again. Yeah, that's the one like tiny little bit pro of America. More consuming.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna be a lot of fun, and
yes.
I very much look forward to it.
Yeah. What is the first thing you're gonna do?
I want to do mini golf real bad, so
Oh,
probably that,
Mini golf.
and then probably go-karts at some point, just because it'd be really fun to do a race with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a bunch of water stuff there, but we're probably not gonna do any of that because that's cold.
Yeah, it's getting cold indeed.
Oh yeah.
It-
God, it's so freezing.
Well, it's not freezing here yet. Is it freezing with
Yeah.
you, Benjamin?
It's just cold.
Hmm? If it's freezing here, well, no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Not that much. Not that much. Again, it's kind of cold, but it's not freezing. We don't have snow here
I
yet.
heard
The
heard
winters, even without the global warming, which has its effect on winter. Again, because we have, of course, there are like even like natural cycles where the winters are a little bit shorter. Right now we are in a cycle where the winters are a little bit shorter, and the global warming is just making the winters even shorter.
Mhm.
So.
Okay.
yeah, apparently it's supposed to be a really bad winter this year in the US. So
Oh, yeah. So you're
yeah,
gonna
give
be.
me some
see.
snow. Come on, I'm Swedish. Give me some.
give me some.
Give me
Well,
some snow.
Yeah.
It doesn't snow every year here, but it snows like every other year.
It hardly snows here in the Netherlands.
Really now?
Well, yeah, if it snows like 2 centimeters, which is like almost an inch. We don't have much snow. But what we do
God,
want.
there's some places that just get destroyed by snow.
Yeah, but here in the Netherlands, we
Yeah.
have a sea climate a lot, and we're not as high up north as Sweden or Denmark or whatever. So we are like in a climate that doesn't allow for much snow. But what we do want as Dutch people, especially in the province of Friesland, we want a lot of ice on our waterways. Because if there is like a very thick layer of ice, there will be the Elfstedentocht, which is the 11 cities tour, where people are going to skate along the waterways through 11 cities somewhere up north in the Netherlands, in the Friesland, and it is massive. Like thousands and thousands of people will be on the ice.
Oh god, that feels like it has to have a sports movie made about it.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It is a
yeah,
major event.
The Netherlandic cool runnings.
Yeah.
No, it's set in Netherlands, and I don't know the ones that come from a different countries like
Yeah.
Madagascar.
Man.
Yeah. Did you know we
Oh
all?
no! That doesn't have a no Uganda. There we go. That
Oh,
has a funny
Uganda.
accent. We can base that on again.
But did you know we also have the New Year dip that like thousands, not like 10,000 of people are going to the oceans or going to the beaches here in the Netherlands at New Year's Day, and they are going in their bathing suit into the ocean.
Yes,
It's called the New Year's dip, and
Nah, I'm good.
yeah, I never done it because it's still very very cold at that time of year.
Wait. Yeah, but one thing, do you have saunas ready?
No, we don't have saunas. We're the Netherlands.
Damn it! No, that's the thing. Like, in Sweden, it's not that uncommon for us to like just again. You have a sauna nearby. You get nice and warm. Then you run out and take a dip in like a hole in the icy water, swim
Yeah.
around for a bit, and then rush back in.
No.
That's something that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And it's apparently very refreshing.
It is, but that's not how the Dutch work.
In
No.
in the good old America, we just drink apple cider or champagne, I guess, and welcome the new year with our friends and family, and
Yeah.
then we go to bed because it's 1
Oh, I
a.m.
thought you
Yeah.
meant you used I thought you used alcohol to get warm.
Champagne is not
It's
very
not a good thing
Oh,
because
God.
you're just drawing warm
Benjamin.
blood closer to the skin, so it just feels warmer.
Yeah.
Technically, you are
Benjamin,
drawing it. Yeah.
Benjamin, have you drunken any alcohol before?
No, and I'm never gonna.
Oh.
I'm gonna be sober.
Oh, nice.
It is. I suggest it. Just once in your life, like when you're 21, just like do it to get it out of the way. But it's very interesting.
Really,
Oh, God,
getting
don't do
drunk.
shots.
Is it really
Yeah.
that interesting?
I've
It's-
never
it's an
been drunk.
experience.
Yeah, like again, one
Really?
thing,
Yeah.
the one thing, like I don't know, maybe even like when I turn 18 or, I think again, one thing, I I've been on the chat sites and a lot of guys have told me again and again and again and again that I'm really pretty, and like again that actually does help. Yeah, I kind of feel like I am pretty now.
Yeah.
So whatever. I don't have a boyfriend, so I guess random guys on the internet will do. But.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
what does this have to
Again,
do
it's
with
worse, but
alcohol?
It's like 8 guys every time. Yeah. When
I
it's very
suggest.
and a lot
I
of that's
suggest-
I am in a type that a lot of people like. Yeah, but whatever. So I feel like if I ever go to a gay bar, I will be like someone will try to hook up with me immediately, or something
I
like that.
think,
And the thing is. But that's the thing. One thing again, I'm trying. I'm just journeying to be sober my entire life. So, what can I really do at a gay bar or something like that? Okay, at a gay club. Okay, that's more. Yeah, again, then
Benjamin,
there's dancing,
listen,
of course.
listen to me, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yes.
What you do is when you're legal, when you're legally allowed to drink, and you get some of your buds together, and then you if you don't want to go to a bar, what you do is you go to the nearest liquor store. You get something general. Don't do vodka, please God, don't do vodka. That is awful. Don't do it. Don't do that
Okay.
to yourself. Don't do it. But and then get a bottle of whatever. Get a soda as well. I would suggest doing mixed drinks because it's easier going down and this doesn't taste like shit. and
Okay.
and then go home and then drink with your friends. Like put on a funny movie or a game or do something like that, and like just like drink for a while and get that experience because it is fun. Like the first time you do it, especially
If you like,
with
if
your
you
friends.
like the taste of alcohol,
Are
it is
are
fun.
are you pressuring me to
No,
drink?
no.
No, I'm just saying it's a good
No,
experience.
no. Like, and what does this have to do with me? Like, I don't know. If I ever went to a game, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be there for the drink. So what else would I do? If
You
someone, oh, can I buy your drink? No, I don't drink. Okay, what
There's
the hell are you
pool,
doing here?
probably.
you can buy a
There's
virgin
probably
drink.
pool.
You can buy a virgin drink, like a virgin Bloody Mary or something. They
What is that? Why?
a virgin Bloody Mary is just a Bloody Mary without alcohol. You can buy
It's
sodas
like
at
Why
the
an
would I
icy,
drink
bar.
alcohol without
or
alcohol? Doesn't alcohol taste shit?
it's like an icy or like a slushy kind
Yeah,
of.
but
It's like
doesn't just alcoholic drinks taste like shit even without alcohol?
n- no,
No,
Well,
not
well,
all the time.
well,
You'd be
okay.
surprised.
Beer, wine, vodka, any kind of liquor, of course. Fruity and gay cocktails, of course. That's gonna be tasty. But okay, so
No,
I'm the right scene
actually,
for tasty stuff, but still.
hard ciders taste great.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, both in drinks and in some other stuff.
okay, but guys, like just and chat as well. I do not drink alcohol, and I'm 31.
That's good.
I've never been drunk. But I have been to bars and I can buy my drinks. It's not like they sell only alcohol at bars. If someone asks you, "Can I buy your
yeah.
drink?" you can say, "Yeah, buy me a Coca-Cola or buy me a virgin thing." Which is also like, if you do that, you also signal to that person like, "I do not want to be drunk. I want to be sober during this, and I want to be responsible for my own actions," which is a good thing, you know.
Yeah, but it feels
for
like
me,
just boring, more or less. It feels boring. Just
for
yeah,
me,
buy me a Coke.
You're not
Okay,
boring,
yeah,
darling.
you're very colorful.
no. See, like that's normal. There's also like some places also have energy drinks you can buy there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
My
just buy me a monster.
no,
I will. Yeah, again.
I think I mentioned this before,
Yeah,
but in
yeah.
Eugene,
I hit the gay bar, and with my good looks, I come home with 15 empty cans of a monster. Free.
uh,
Whatever. Let Cloud talk.
at my bar,
Yes.
that I used to go to, I don't anymore, is because I'm not in the same town. It was was called the Game Pub, where you could play video games, and they had drinks that
Mm-hmm.
were
Oh.
Pokemon related.
Oh,
Aww.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and it was and the lighting was like glowing Tetris pieces, and like
Ooh.
it was really cool. They had like free arcade. They had like like normal game systems there of like from every spanning every generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you could go there and get a drink with your friends and do that. I don't actually drink to get drunk usually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have been drunk, but I wears off really quickly for me, like really quick.
Okay.
So like so I've like only had a hangover I think one time, and that was just because I drank a lot of things and didn't have much to eat.
Ah,
And
yes.
so uh and like my friends like to party sometimes. Every now and again my friends like to get a bottle of something and
Mm-hmm.
like chill out and drink. Sometimes I partake, sometimes I don't. I usually don't. A lot of my friends call me the sober one because I don't partake in much of things, but like sometimes I do. It can be a good time. It, it's it's very cool, fun to get to go to the bar with your friend. Don't not get drunk per se, but at least have a drink,
Just get a
and
bus.
that can be fun.
Yes.
Just get a bus.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Also, yeah. So we.
The Swedes kind of have a. The Swedes. Sorry to cut you off there, dear, but the Swedes kind of a term for being like half drunk, and it's
Mhm.
called lulig. Yeah, I don't know.
And
It's like tipsy,
yeah,
Yeah,
tipsy.
or
something like
buzz
that.
here.
Yeah.
And aren't like alcoholic drinks, if you don't buy them in the bar, aren't they like really expensive there in Sweden?
Oh yeah, that's the thing about us in yeah. All alcohol is provided by the government.
Oh no.
That sounds like it sucks, but it's actually really good because again, then the government sell all alcohol, so every so we have a company called the Systembolaget, which is the system company, which is they provide all alcohol. They are government ran, and so yeah, they provide all alcohol. Again, that's the thing, and they actively they never do sales. They never again they are a business that simply sell alcohol, and they have never extra price.
Okay.
Expensive, it will be expensive. They never change prices, so more or less they are a company that sells drinks but not for profit. They are doing it just to provide this necessity, and if you buy it at a bar, they have bought it off the government first. So yes, it's yeah, and that's the thing. Only the Systembolaget is available
But-
to like
but
sell
Benjamin,
the hard stuff.
But
Like
Benjamin,
convenience
are you
stores, you can find like weak beers and there, but not much over like 5%.
Okay.
but Benjamin, are you telling me that you don't want to drink Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka? It gets rid of all those impurities.
Get out of my brain!
It sounds so
Adrian,
gross.
Real vodka.
My
Oh,
brother
too
actually
much.
bought that one time.
Oh, really?
My
Oh,
brother
yeah.
actually did buy that. And apparently, it's not
Apparently,
bad.
yeah, isn't it like a good vodka at least?
Yeah. By
Yeah.
the way, Benjamin, so
Mhm.
if you ever, like,
Yeah.
say you decide to drink one time in your life,
Yeah.
stay weird for
Yeah.
chocolate flavored drinks. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. will-
Just stop it
yeah,
and get
the
a
reason
chicken
why-
McNugget.
The reason why you
Yeah,
don't
so
want to
instead of like a
drink
vodka,
anything-
get like a Jack Daniels or something.
Yeah, like if you ever if someone offers you a chocolate flavored drink, the reason why you shouldn't take it is because it hits you like no other like drink does. It hits you like a truck. You're just like, oh yeah, this chocolate drink isn't that bad. It tastes pretty good. Oh, I threw up. I didn't realize that. Well,
It sounds
No one
really
looks pretty when they
bad.
throw up, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna strangle the guy who's like, "You bitch! You ruined my makeup."
Oh, bah.
Yeah,
Blah.
like I had one drink that night. It was a chocolate flavored drink, and like I had to bus home, and I bussed home. I got halfway home from after getting off the bus, and just vomited. And I've never vomited while drinking
Yeah,
before.
but did it
but I
taste
did that.
nice?
It was chocolatey and delicious, but I don't want to drink that anymore.
So it is yummy, but it will make you vomit.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you just have a very weak stomach. We don't know.
I've
No.
tried a chocolate drink again with this like buzz bomb thing that like they sell here, and
Yeah.
like you can get it in a bunch of flavors. And I tried the chocolate one, and it fucked me up. And I was just like, man, I don't
Maybe
want
it's
chocolate
just
anymore.
you. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's not the stuff. Maybe
No.
it's you.
No, chocolate drinks get you, man. They just get you.
Aw.
Like,
Like, and
friends
yeah,
had
I
it.
don't think
My,
I'm
f-
gonna
my
do
friend,
that.
my friend had the green apple one, and apparently it was pretty tasty.
Okay.
Uh, man, I don't like getting messed up, man. Sometimes, like, not when I don't expect it. If I'm having a fun night with the boys, like, sure.
Yeah.
But like, man, if I'm just like wanting to try a beer because I'm like, oh, this seems interesting, and then it happens, I'm like, why? Why did this happen? Luckily, it never lasts long with me. It never
Oh.
lasts long.
I only drank like once. I like my parents were like well, you should like alcohol, so we just let you try everything.
Oh no! Please don't.
From like I was
Don't mix
14 when
drinks,
they
kids.
so I was 14 when they started. So I got like a sip of wine, and I got a sip of beer, and I got a sip of this, and got a sip of that. I
Oh
got
yeah, of course. Like your parents, like, oh, you think you will like this, and then yeah, like my sister, like she's kind of weird that way. So sometimes she actually likes wine, so she's like, "Can I have a sip, please?" Yeah, but again, of course, yeah, it's always like the childhood moments where they are like, "Oh, you really think you can handle this sip of wine? Okay, here, taste it." And then the kids goes, "Blah!" And then everybody
There's
laughs.
Yeah.
only a couple beers I drink. Like Modelo's pretty good because it's very tame. You don't get that really bad aftertaste. And then like hard ciders, like Ace freaking is like soda. Like you can't even tell that it's
Yeah.
alcohol at all.
Oh wow.
And then
oh, 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 let me just. I love this because there was like a beer commercial. And I was like, mm-hmm. Yeah, it was nice meeting you. Yeah, but we can have a beer sometime. Yeah, yeah, okay. But then there's like comes in a lawyer guy and like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. 70 of 70. What was it like? Yeah, 8 or 9 out of 10 beers beer oaths taken do not go through, and they more or less introduced a fucking app that made that like, okay, yeah, we'll go take a beer sometime, legally binding. Actually, so, and that was a beer company just they wanted people to socialize more. But still, it's just like, yeah, your next beer, if they don't come, that's a contract. That's a contract violation.
Nah, that's big. I think I was 12 when I was on holiday, and I thought my parents had um lemonade out for us. And I was thirsty
Oh,
because
no.
it was really hot, because we were
Oh
in, I
no.
think we were in Spain or something. And
Mhm.
I was so thirsty that I grabbed the glass and I drank it in one shot. So I shot it like,
Oh,
and,
no.
and it was like 200 milliliters,
Oh,
so
God.
like a big glass.
Suck.
Yeah, and it
Wait,
actually
wait.
it was
How
rose.
much did you say?
Well, it was like 300 milliliters, so like quite a big glass when it comes to alcohol,
Wait,
because it was
300
rosé.
milliliters. So wait. 300 milliliters. You're probably 330 milliliters, which is a Coke can, more or less, for the
Yeah, but it was in a glass,
3
so
centiliters.
it
So
was,
that's the normal
Yeah.
size of glass,
yeah.
actually.
It was poured into like a glass, and it was rosé wine. And I was
Oh
12,
no.
and so I drank this entire glass in one go, and I was like, this was terrible. And my parents were like, what the fuck did you do?
Like, I drink this lemonade and it tastes, yeah.
And apparently, so I've been tipsy. So apparently, I had to share the room with my brother, and I was laughing my ass off the whole night and trying to talk to him, and my brother was pissed. He was so angry with me the entire night, entire day. Like, he was shouting on the top of his lungs, like, "Stop it! Go away! Go to sleep!" And then my parents were like, "Okay, Barbara, you better go somewhere else." So that was like the first time that I actually drank an entire glass of wine, and for the rest of my life, I never really finished a glass of wine after, because I don't like the taste of any
Yeah,
kind of
wine
alcohol.
doesn't taste good.
No.
Dude, if you have like Ace there, like I would suggest it because it doesn't taste like alcohol at all. If like you want to, I'm not saying you should, but
Well, we
if
have
you're
a lot of ciders, but also
hard ciders
yeah.
taste very good. They're not usually you can't even tell they're alcoholic.
No. So we have
Here,
them.
yeah. Yep. You have a lot of ciders. We here in
Yes.
Sweden, we have a lot of hard liquor.
Yeah, true.
We have like a tradition of like you take a nubbe, which is more or less like a very. I wouldn't say it's like it's probably it's very strong alcohol, probably made out of potatoes, and it's like very you take a little glass, which we normally call a nubbe glass.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just you take that, you sing a little song, and then you chug it, and it's like a Swedish tradition, and it's just like we have tiny little bottles of a very just very potent alcohol.
Ooh.
Oh God. My
I
friend
wouldn't
Kate
like
have
it.
never
wants to
tasted
drink.
that, which is that's I've never tasted that kind of stuff, but let's see. Yeah, snaps. That's what
Schnapps. Yeah.
It's snaps.
Snaps.
Yeah, home liquor and production in Scandinavia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, within a couple of seconds, my alarm will go off.
No, there it is.
Meaning it is the
Alarm.
end of...
Memeing.
Meaning it's the end
Memeing,
of...
it is time to go.
Yes, it's the
Okay.
end of the podcast. So...
All right. Well, this was a very fun one.
Yes.
I like the new structure format. I hope everyone at home likes the new format as well.
Oh yes, I'm excited for next week.
Yes.
Yes, because
Next
then the general talk section will be run by moi.
I don't know. Everybody run from
Oh,
run away.
No,
It will be...
it will be fun. I have many fun stuff for you to. You are going to have to. Let's see here.
We will see next week. Let it be a
No,
surprise.
you will have
Spoilers.
to.
No spoilers. Don't
What?
spoil it.
Wait, you will have
no.
to You will have to guess lyrics that have been translated from English to Welsh to Yiddish to Hebrew to Romanian to Latin to Basque to Maori to Japanese to English back again.
Wow, it's
no.
a lot of work.
Please, no.
But
Yes.
but we'll see all that
You are
next
hopeless.
week. Next week.
With a new comic, more news, and
Yes.
then Benjamin trying to put a game together. We'll see how that goes.
It will be a lot of fun.
It's
I'm
gonna
sure.
be fun because just reading this bizarre stuff can be quite funny. I have to agree.
And don't worry, everybody. The rules are that it can only be one song per artist.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be.
It's
a bunch
not
of Queen
only
songs
Queen.
Like it would have been.
No, there is gonna be a Queen song, but it's not gonna be a bunch of them.
Okay.
Because that
If we
would,
did,
it
if
would
we
only
make
be
this
Queen.
after, I'm probably gonna put like in one Queen song per time we do it. But still.
Very good. Okay, thank you everyone for listening to us. We hope you like the new setup as much as we do. So next week will be the same setup with a lovely host from Benjamin in General Talk. It will be episode 22. Thank you, Cloud. Thank you, Benjamin.
Of course.
We
We'll
will.
see. And if you have any suggestions of comics you want us to read and talk about, please put that in the comments of our YouTube videos, or
Yes.
bug us on Twitter.
Yes.
My Twitter has changed to @Cloudwork. Alex is what it is now.
Okay.
So more in theme, and you can find Barb's at Miss Mama Work
Yes.
on Twitter. And Benjamin has a Instagram somewhere in the ether.
It's a Snugget
Zephyr
Struffle,
Struggles, I
right?
think.
Snuffy struggle.
Snubby
So
Struggle.
if you want to see him take fabulous pictures of probably himself, then go there.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe thinking of the posting vids of me singing. So.
Lovely. Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Mama loves you. See you, everyone. See you every next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.